bunch of you want to just press it. All right. Great. Thanks a lot, Mel.
Ape is the eldest daughter of the Croods, and she is ready to break out of the cave and stop living in the dark. And I mean that metaphorically and literally. They're in a cave in the dark all the time, and she wants to follow the light. So I think we can all relate to wanting to break out of our, family dynamic and follow our own path, and she's definitely in that headspace. Definitely a family movie. I think it appeals to all ages, and there's jokes for everybody, and the message is one we all need to remember on a daily basis, which is living in the moment and really live and don't just survive. The day is a lot shorter than a live action movie. It's like 3 hours, and it's only once every couple of months, so it's the greatest job in the world. It's so much fun, and you can't go too big. So that's really exciting because I feel like a human cartoon most of the time, and now I got to be a real cartoon.
Grug is the overprotective father to the extreme, and that's what's funny about him. But what I love about him is he actually has a pretty good arc, and his character transforms through the middle of the movie, and towards the end he learns to let go, and in doing so he develops an even better relationship with his teenage daughter, played by Emma Stone. I have a normal level of concern, I think. If you love your children as a father, of course you're going to have concern, but Grug's concern is just completely over the top. I mean, he would rather everyone stay in a cave together and do nothing, and that Emma has a great line in the movie where she says, "That's not living, that's surviving." I see this as a movie where everyone is invited. You can go and bring the whole family. There's some humor in there that's perfectly designed for the parents, and some great humor for kids, and so I think it's for everyone. The movie is really funny, but it also is pretty poignant too. There's some great emotional moments in it, so I'm very happy.
Guy is just slightly more evolved. And he's only more evolved because he's been alone his whole life. He's been living on his own. He's been forced to use the environment around him to survive, and it's an interesting kind of group because the Croods need Guy, and Guy needs the Croods because he doesn't have a family and he's lonely, and they need him to survive. I can relate to that, survivalist mentality. I grew up in Canada, and in 10th grade I did a program where I spent almost a year in survival school, which I loved. So you learn how to make fire out of nothing, and you learn how to, eat things that aren't going to instantly kill you. So that was great, and that's kind of Guy. A day on an anime film, it's frighteningly easy. I would love to be able to give you some sort of sob story about how they, it was just a whipping line, but it was easy. You spend 2 hours in a booth, and go as over the top as you can, and then they invite you to come back 2 months later and do it again. So it's a great job. I would totally win the award for Best Caveman Torso. I think they gave me a really nice upper body in this movie. I didn't have a shirt once. It was, I often wondered about the practicality of that, but yeah, I think I win that award. DreamWorks has had a pretty long-standing reputation of making films that are, appealing to everyone. I mean, to adults, kids alike. I mean, that's kind of the reason they're at the top of the game. I think it's when you see their films, as an adult, you're as entertained as your kid is. There's jokes that are targeted for you. There's jokes that are targeted for them.